Welcome, everyone. We're really happy today to be welcoming Sally Thorne to our Research Talk Conversations series. I am Maietta, president of Research Talk. Today, we'll be talking about a course that Dr. Thorne will be teaching for us at our Qualitative Research Summer Intensive on Monday and Tuesday, July 22nd and 23rd. The course is titled Qualitative Research for Applied Practice.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm a nurse, a proud nurse. I'm a professor emeritus in the School of Nursing at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada. I have had a longstanding relationship with Research Talk and the crew here. I've had the privilege of being able to go to Chapel Hill and the wonderful venue that we used to enjoy and to be with people, and then also to continue the relationship virtually. In terms of research, as a nurse, I first learned qualitative methods in the early 1980s, and in those days, there was such an intensity of sort of the need to maintain methodological rigor according to a particular prescribed and specific qualitative method. And that was particularly the case for those of us in the health disciplines and nursing. So the things that I took as assumptions that I was operating on under 25 years ago are not the same as they are now. But I'm just so encouraged that in healthcare and in many other spheres, that interest in trying to figure out how to study things from a human perspective and a complex, nuanced perspective is there. Course typically attracts people across the spectrum. New graduate students who are just approaching their very first study, and scholars who've been out there in the field, either using other qualitative methods or perhaps being quantitative researchers, or who are interested because they're graduate students are wanting to go in that route. It works with a full range of experience and different kinds of inquiry, so that some will really have a good idea of how they want to do studies and are looking for some refinements on that, and others are just beginning. And in the conversations we have in the class, people get to hear about each other's research. People get to be inspired by different ways of going at problems that they hadn't perhaps thought of on their own. And I think it allows people to conclude after a couple of days of being together with a lot of excitement about the possibilities for their research and a lot more confidence that they can make those thoughtful and intelligent decisions that are going to be consistent with a study that has some value. Like, you choose to study a thing because you see where the need for that knowledge is. And you don't choose to study it to tell people what they already know. It's not going in with a blank slate and saying, here's how cancer patients feel anxious when they first get their diagnosis. Well, that's not big news. But you're going into the question to say, what is there qualitatively in this world that can enhance and enrich and make more fulsome and more beautiful the knowledge that people already have? What can you do to actually excite them into that next level of practice ingenuity? So it's really integrating knowledge translation throughout the whole process. And I find that incredibly exciting. The whole point is really to ensure that if you're taking the time to do a qualitative study, that it has as much potential as possible of being something that speaks to the field in a meaningful way and potentially has implications. Not necessarily radical changes to how we do things, but new insights, new ways of thinking about things that can allow you to sort of see it in its more fulsome glory, all the intricate nuances of something, so that people can go in with their clinical imaginations tomorrow. They understand the complexity, they own it, they're responsible for it. And so to see that in action, to see it engaging and informing all of those processes, all in a just-in-time way, has been incredibly exciting.